How to keep the flame alive in long-term relationships. Keeping the flame of love alive in a long-term relationship is a challenge that many underestimate. When happily ever after meets routine, many couples find themselves lost, not knowing how to rekindle the passion that once seemed inexhaustible. After all, is it possible to feel the same excitement as during the first dates after years together? The truth is, yes, it is possible, but it requires continuous and conscious effort. Those who believe that true love doesn't need maintenance are bound to discover, the hard way, that even the purest feeling can cool down if not nurtured. This topic may seem controversial, but the reality is that few people openly talk about the importance of investing time and energy into maintaining a healthy and lasting relationship. And it is precisely here that the secret to reigniting passion lies, knowing how to adapt to the inevitable changes of life as a couple while strengthening the love that binds you together. If you are looking for answers to revive the love in your relationship or simply want to prevent the flame from going out, this content will show you the way. The 5 pillars of a lasting relationship: how to build a strong foundation. When it comes to a lasting relationship, the foundation needs to be strong, like the foundations of a house that withstands storms. This foundation is composed of 5 essential pillars: communication, trust, respect, commitment, and love. Without these elements, the relationship may start well, but over time, cracks begin to appear. Think of communication, for example, as the fuel that keeps the flame of love burning. Without open and honest dialogue, misunderstandings and resentments can easily accumulate, compromising the relationship. Trust, in turn, is the beating heart of the relationship. It is built over time, but one slip is enough to lose everything. It is necessary to cultivate trust daily, showing your partner that they can count on you in all situations. And here comes respect, which is the recognition of the other's value, their opinions, and feelings. Without respect, the relationship loses its essence, and the secret to reigniting passion becomes distant. Commitment is the mutual promise to make the relationship work, regardless of the difficulties. It's not about perfection, but about perseverance, about being present even in tough times. And of course, love, which is the bond that ties all these pillars together, strengthening the relationship at every stage. Without love, there is no way to keep the flame of a healthy and lasting relationship alive, as it is what gives meaning to all efforts. And speaking of efforts, how do you deal with the differences that arise along the way? How to handle differences, strategies to harmonize conflicts in the relationship. Each relationship is unique because it involves 2 people with distinct histories, personalities, and perspectives. Inevitably, differences will arise, and the secret to reigniting passion amidst these divergences lies in how these differences are managed. Effective communication is fundamental in this process. When both partners express their opinions clearly and respectfully, it creates a conducive environment for resolving conflicts harmoniously. Empathy is the key to understanding the other side, putting yourself in your partner's shoes, and trying to see things from their perspective. A practical example is the active listening technique, where instead of preparing a response while the other speaks, you fully focus on what is being said. This not only strengthens love but also helps avoid misunderstandings that can arise from a lack of communication. When partners dedicate themselves to truly listening to and understanding each other, it's easier to reach an agreement that satisfies both sides, keeping the relationship healthy and lasting. Moreover, it's essential to remember that it's not about changing the other person, but rather about accepting differences and finding a middle ground. Setting rules of coexistence and boundaries can be useful, especially in recurring conflict situations. This way, both can keep the flame of love alive without letting differences become an obstacle. And speaking of boundaries, how do you balance independence within the relationship? The role of independence in love, how to maintain individuality in a relationship. In a long-lasting and healthy relationship, it is essential that each partner maintains their individuality. Independence does not mean distance, but rather the ability for each person to be complete on their own, without losing the flame of love that unites the couple. Preserving hobbies, friendships, and personal interests is a way of strengthening love, as it allows both to grow as individuals, bringing new experiences and perspectives to the relationship. The beauty of a relationship lies precisely in sharing these differences, enriching the bond between partners. A practical example is dedicating time to activities you enjoy, whether it's reading a good book, practicing a sport, or simply spending some time alone to reflect. When each partner cultivates their own passions, the relationship becomes more vibrant and interesting, as both have more to offer each other. This practice helps keep the flame of the relationship alive, as it prevents the couple from falling into monotony and excessive dependency, which can stifle the relationship. At the same time, it's important that this independence is balanced with moments of connection. Planning activities together, such as trips or courses, can be a way to harmonize individual needs with life as a couple. This way, the relationship remains healthy and lasting, as both feel valued both as individuals and as part of a couple. And when it comes to protecting this harmony, it's essential to be alert to the warning signs of toxic relationships. Warning signs: how to identify and deal with toxic relationships. Recognizing the signs of a toxic relationship is crucial to protect emotional well-being and keep the flame of love burning in a healthy way. A lasting and healthy relationship should not be based on control, manipulation, or disrespect. Signs such as constant criticism, excessive jealousy, and attempts to isolate the partner are indicators that something is wrong. Identifying these behaviors early on can prevent the relationship from deteriorating to the point of causing irreparable emotional damage. An effective strategy for dealing with these situations is to set clear boundaries. For example, if the partner frequently devalues your opinions or tries to control your actions, it's important to communicate that this behavior is unacceptable. Maintaining an open and honest dialogue is essential, but if toxic behavior persists, considering the help of a therapist or even reevaluating the continuation of the relationship may be necessary. The secret to reigniting passion and maintaining a healthy relationship is ensuring that both feel safe and respected. Additionally, it's important not to ignore your intuition. Often, warning signs are subtle, but the feeling of discomfort can be an indicator that something is not right. Recognizing these signs and acting accordingly can prevent the relationship from becoming unsustainable. And when dealing with these issues, remember that the evolution of love is a constant process and that, over time, relationships change. Adapting to these changes is part of the journey to a long and fulfilling relationship. The evolution of love: how relationships change over time. As time passes, relationships naturally evolve. That overwhelming passion at the beginning can give way to a deeper and more mature love, which is the true foundation of a lasting relationship. Understanding this evolution is crucial to keeping the flame of love burning and adapting to the changes that occur over time. The secret to reigniting passion does not lie in trying to relive the past, but in cultivating love in the present, valuing each phase of the relationship. As the years go by, both priorities and interests may change, which is completely natural. The important thing is that these changes are accompanied by constant and honest dialogue. For example, a couple may begin to focus more on building a family rather than just enjoying adventures together. Adapting to these new realities and finding new ways to connect can strengthen love, keeping the relationship healthy and long-lasting. It's also important to accept that challenges will arise along the way. Instead of seeing them as threats, view them as opportunities to grow and get closer. Small gestures of affection and recognition can make all the difference, helping to keep the bond strong even when circumstances change. And when we talk about affection, romantic gestures in daily life are essential to keep the relationship alive and full of love. Romance in daily life: small gestures that strengthen the relationship. Romance in daily life is the spice that keeps the flame of love burning, especially in a long-term relationship. Small gestures of affection and attention make all the difference in strengthening love, showing your partner that they are valued. It is not necessary to wait for big occasions to show affection. A simple "good morning" with affection, a surprise message during the day, or preparing your partner's favorite dish can transform the routine and keep the relationship healthy and long-lasting. These daily gestures are like small flames that, when combined, keep the fire of passion always alive. For example, surprising your partner with breakfast in bed in the middle of the week or planning a special evening for no apparent reason can reignite passion and show that romance doesn't need to be reserved only for special dates. These simple but meaningful actions are the secret to cultivating a long and happy relationship. Additionally, moments of emotional connection are also essential. Taking time to talk about your day, share dreams and future plans, or even reminisce about good times together helps strengthen the bond between partners. These small details create an atmosphere of love and respect, which is fundamental to the longevity of any relationship. And speaking of emotional connection, vulnerability plays a crucial role in this process. The importance of vulnerability, how to be open in a relationship. Vulnerability is one of the most powerful and, at the same time, most challenging aspects of a relationship. Being vulnerable means being willing to share your deepest feelings, fears, and insecurities with your partner, which can be scary but is essential to keeping the flame of love burning. When both partners allow themselves to be authentic and transparent, the relationship strengthens in love, creating a deep and sincere connection. This emotional openness is what allows the relationship to be truly healthy and lasting. An example of this is when, instead of hiding a concern or hurt, you choose to open up and discuss what you're feeling. This not only prevents the accumulation of resentments but also creates a space where both feel safe to be who they truly are. The constant practice of vulnerability can, therefore, reignite passion and deepen the bond between partners. However, it's important that this vulnerability is respected. When your partner opens up, it's crucial to respond with empathy and understanding, without judgment or criticism. This reciprocity is what makes vulnerability a powerful tool for strengthening love. And, as with everything in life as a couple, this process requires practice and patience, but the benefits are undeniable. After all, true intimacy is built on mutual trust and the willingness to fully reveal oneself. And in modern times, how do social networks influence this dynamic of vulnerability? Love on social media, positive and negative impacts on couples' lives. Social media plays a significant role in modern relationships, both for better and for worse. On one hand, they offer a platform to share happy moments, keeping the flame of love burning publicly and allowing couples to celebrate their achievements and joys. However, this same exposure can create unrealistic expectations and unnecessary pressures, which can undermine trust and respect, fundamental pillars of a healthy and lasting relationship. Constant comparison with other couples and the pursuit of online validation can become a trap. Many fall into the mistake of judging the success of their relationship based on likes and comments, forgetting that what really matters is the real bond that exists off-screen. An example of this is when a couple feels pressured to present a perfect image on social media, even when facing challenges in real life. This can distance the couple from true intimacy and, instead of strengthening love, creates an emotional disconnection. On the other hand, social media can also be a powerful tool for keeping the relationship alive and interesting, as long as it is used wisely. Sending affectionate messages, sharing memories, or even planning surprises through these platforms can reignite passion and show your partner that they are remembered and loved, even in the rush of everyday life. The secret lies in balancing online and offline life, keeping the focus on what really strengthens the relationship, quality time together and genuine emotional connection. The importance of vulnerability, how to be open in a relationship. Vulnerability is one of the most powerful and, at the same time, most challenging aspects of a relationship. Being vulnerable means being willing to share your deepest feelings, fears, and insecurities with your partner, which can be scary but is essential to keeping the flame of love burning. When both partners allow themselves to be authentic and transparent, the relationship strengthens in love, creating a deep and sincere connection. This emotional openness is what allows the relationship to be truly healthy and lasting. An example of this is when, instead of hiding a concern or hurt, you choose to open up and discuss what you're feeling. This not only prevents the accumulation of resentments but also creates a space where both feel safe to be who they truly are. The constant practice of vulnerability can, therefore, reignite passion and deepen the bond between partners. However, it's important that this vulnerability is respected. When your partner opens up, it's crucial to respond with empathy and understanding, without judgment or criticism. This reciprocity is what makes vulnerability a powerful tool for strengthening love. And, as with everything in life as a couple, this process requires practice and patience, but the benefits are undeniable. After all, true intimacy is built on mutual trust and the willingness to fully reveal oneself. And in modern times, how do social networks influence this dynamic of vulnerability? Love on social media, positive and negative impacts on couples' lives. Social media plays a significant role in modern relationships, both for better and for worse. On one hand, they offer a platform to share happy moments, keeping the flame of love burning publicly and allowing couples to celebrate their achievements and joys. However, this same exposure can create unrealistic expectations and unnecessary pressures, which can undermine trust and respect, fundamental pillars of a healthy and lasting relationship. Constant comparison with other couples and the pursuit of online validation can become a trap. Many fall into the mistake of judging the success of their relationship based on likes and comments, forgetting that what really matters is the real bond that exists off-screen. An example of this is when a couple feels pressured to present a perfect image on social media, even when facing challenges in real life. This can distance the couple from true intimacy and, instead of strengthening love, creates an emotional disconnection. On the other hand, social media can also be a powerful tool for keeping the relationship alive and interesting, as long as it is used wisely. Sending affectionate messages, sharing memories, or even planning surprises through these platforms can reignite passion and show your partner that they are remembered and loved, even in the rush of everyday life. The secret lies in balancing online and offline life, keeping the focus on what really strengthens the relationship, quality time together and genuine emotional connection. The importance of vulnerability, how to be open in a relationship. Vulnerability is one of the most underestimated, yet most important pillars in a lasting and healthy relationship. Being vulnerable means letting go of the armor we usually wear to protect ourselves and allowing our partner to see who we truly are. This involves sharing fears, insecurities, dreams, and even our flaws. This level of openness can be frightening because it puts us in a position of exposure, but it is precisely this transparency that strengthens the relationship and keeps the flame of love burning. When both partners allow themselves to be vulnerable, they create an environment of trust and deep intimacy. For example, imagine that one partner is afraid of losing their job, and instead of hiding this concern, decides to share how they feel. This not only alleviates the weight of individual worry but also allows the other to offer emotional support. This exchange is fundamental to strengthening love, as each partner knows they can count on the other in times of need, creating a connection that goes beyond appearances. Furthermore, vulnerability is essential for conflict resolution. Instead of adopting a defensive posture, opening up about how you feel can diffuse potentially explosive situations. If one partner feels neglected, for example, they can express this in a vulnerable way, saying, "I feel like I'm not getting the attention I need, and it makes me feel insecure." This allows the other to understand the root of the problem, and they can work together to find a solution. Thus, vulnerability not only prevents resentment but also rekindles passion by bringing both partners closer emotionally. It's important to emphasize that vulnerability must be a two-way street. Both partners need to be willing to open up and, at the same time, provide a safe space for the other to do the same. Responding with empathy and understanding, without judgment, is crucial for this dynamic to work. When vulnerability is respected and valued, it becomes one of the greatest secrets to maintaining a healthy and lasting relationship. However, with the growing influence of social media, how can we balance this vulnerability with online life? Love on social media, positive and negative impacts on couples' lives. Social media has transformed the way we connect with the world, and this includes our romantic relationships. On the one hand, they offer a platform to publicly express affection and keep the flame of love burning, but on the other hand, they can also introduce challenges that threaten the health of the relationship. Constant exposure on social media can create a need for external validation, where the perception of happiness is measured in likes and comments rather than the couple's real well-being. Comparison with other couples is one of the biggest dangers of social media. Seeing perfect pictures of other relationships can generate dissatisfaction and insecurity, leading partners to question the quality of their own relationship. This phenomenon can undermine trust and create unrealistic expectations of what a healthy and lasting relationship should be. The secret to avoiding this trap is to remember that social media only shows an edited fraction of people's lives, and what truly matters is the bond you build day by day, away from the cameras. On the other hand, social media also has the potential to strengthen love, as long as it is used consciously. Sending affectionate messages, sharing memories, and even using these platforms to plan surprises are creative ways to keep the flame of passion burning. However, it is important that these interactions do not replace the real and physical connection between the couple. The balance between online and offline life is essential to maintaining a healthy and lasting relationship. Finally, social media can serve as a tool to strengthen communication in the relationship, especially in times of physical distancing. However, it is crucial that the use of these platforms is done with discernment, avoiding that the pursuit of external validation undermines intimacy and trust between partners. True love is built and maintained off-screen, in the shared everyday life, where vulnerability and genuine connection are the foundation for a long and happy relationship. Now that you have acquired all these powerful tools to strengthen your relationship, the question remains: what will you do with this knowledge? Are you willing to apply these concepts and transform your life as a couple, or will you continue to let routine dictate the pace of your relationship? Remember, keeping the flame of love burning requires action, not just intention. Every small gesture, every open conversation, and every moment of vulnerability can be the key to a long, healthy, and passionate relationship. So, what are you waiting for? Start implementing these strategies today and see the difference they can make. And if you want to continue receiving valuable insights like these, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Don't miss the opportunity to strengthen love and live a truly fulfilling relationship. After all, why settle for less when you can have a love that only grows with time?